Welcome. This is episode 6.
Well, I sound so freaking welcome.
Welcome. It is episode 6. Frequently asked questions podcast, FAQ, Buzzy and Quincy. Listen, man, we are two. Fuzz doesn't like to say old man. We are two middle-aged men, hip-hop vets, killing the game, talking about life, music, and a bunch of stuff. Fuzz, how you doing today, man?
Man, I'm good, brother. I'm a little sore today, and I kind of underestimated something I did yesterday, and I jumped back on the saddle like it was like I've been doing it for a couple of months straight. But I went bike riding yesterday.
I saw that, man. I saw you were in were you in Manhattan Beach?
Manhattan Beach, which is an easy ride, but I haven't rode like that in a couple of months. And I just jumped on without 3 hours of sleep, just jumped on the bike and didn't warm up, didn't eat nothing, just it was bad.
Yeah.
And
I
it
was
was
a little
super
jealous.
windy yesterday. Why?
Oh,
because you're in Philly. That's right. Yeah.
No, yeah, but when I was in LA, you didn't say anything about a bike. Not one thing about a bike. Like, yo, I said, yo, I'm going to.
You had a hangover. Usually the mornings I was doing that kind of stuff.
Wow, that's what you're gonna do. That's what you
tell the truth. Shame the devil.
Dude, I had one hangover. Okay,
that's the day I want to go bike riding. In. Hey, can I tell everybody that day about that day?
Yeah, bring it down.
So we were supposed to meet at the house at 8:30 in the morning, correct?
Yeah,
that was the morning.
Yeah. For sure.
Night before, we went out to a nice dinner, lived it up. We in Beverly Hills. I should say we're in Beverly Hills eating Chinese food.
Okay.
So the night, so we were planned on we're 8:30 meeting at the house, and we had some photos we were going to take after that.
Yeah.
So Q calls me at 7:45 ish.
Yeah.
Say he's going to go on a 2-mile run or 5-mile run.
5-mile run. I was like, bro, because I just shake it off.
I'm like, bro, we have an 8:30 meeting. What are you talking about? I'm about to go on a 5-mile run. I don't know how fast Q usually runs, but I guarantee you he's not running 5 miles in 20 minutes.
No, it was gonna be like 45 to 47 minutes.
But reason saying I'm going like, bro, we have an 8:30 call, then we have this other thing we're going to do. So
I know.
What do you?
I went past.
I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm just going to run a quick 2 miles. I was like, all right, man, whatever.
And I didn't. So I wanted to run around my old neighborhood where I used to live, like Valley Village. So I went up there, and then I was on my way when I talked to you, and I was like, damn, I forgot. So I had to come back to the house. Didn't get, and I was
You
nice.
went to Runyon Canyon. You were right there, closer.
Well, you can't really run, or it's more of a hike. I wanted to get, like a real sweat in.
So you wanted to go somewhere familiar.
I mean, Runyon is familiar. I used to go to Runyon all the time. I want, you know what I mean? But it's all good. I couldn't get my thing off.
So pause. Sound like you want to get show off in front of some old neighbors, like, I'm living, bitches. I'm running, and I don't live here anymore. That's what it sounds like.
No, it's just like it's this thing off of Magnolia. Oh, never mind. I'm getting to neighborhood.
I get it.
Yeah, but that was the issue. That's what I wanted to do, man. But yeah, we weren't able to. That was my first time away from my family for a long. I think I was out there for like 7 days.
You out here for a second, bro. It was a quick second, but you were working.
I was, the first 4 or 5 days was a lot of work, and then I went to San Diego. So I was
moving and grooving.
As I say, I was moving.
And grooving. Yeah, I get it. Nah, but anyway, I was trying to explain that I would have invited you on a bike ride, but the mornings was a little hectic.
Dog, I just got speaking of working out, man, I just got this new trainer, dog. And
where at?
So, dog, let me tell you, the way I found him, it was probably like 2 weeks ago or a week ago. Yeah, it was like 2 weeks. It was before I went to LA. I did not want to work out. I got the Peloton. I didn't want to work out. I said, let me go on Instagram Live and see if I just need inspiration. So I go on Instagram Live. I'm like, yo, I don't feel like working out. Like, come on, like, push me, y'all. This dude named Mr. Make It _happen, I believe. His name's Devon.
Mr. Make It Rain?
Mr. Make It _happen. Mr. Make It Happen, I think his name is. He pops up.
Used to be a black stripper. Got it. Go ahead.
That's a little weird. But no, he pops in and was like, yo, yeah, Q, you need to do this, such and such. So I bring him into the live. He's like, yo, I do training. I do online training. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna work out with you. So I worked out with him the first day I was in LA virtually. He does like Zoom classes.
You told me about that day. Yep.
Dog. So I worked out with him yesterday. Dude, I only got 20-pound dumbbells in the house. I got 35-pound kettlebell.
Wait. Not only those are heavy if you're doing a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I'm used to lifting. Like I've done.
I got 25s in the house. I get it. Yes.
Right, dude. he whipped my behind yesterday. He would no, it was the day before yesterday. We worked out. It was like a solo session. Then he has these classes. So you have to turn your Zoom, camera on and you're working out.
So
It
he's
was like
seen
these
whatever.
ladies. Oh man, I was sore with my
Yeah,
behind.
yeah.
Cause I've always wanted abs, and I haven't had abs since I was like 9. You know what I'm saying? 9, 10 years old. That don't
Okay.
count.
No,
Baby abs don't count. You know what I mean? So I want to, you know what I mean?
you want to
I've
come out the
always wanted to
shirt.
get fit. Yeah, I want to come out the shirt, but
Or you gonna be
those
that dude if you really become that shredded? You gonna be that dude?
no. Cause I got a wife. Yeah, you can't be out here like,
Bro, when I lost all that weight, I was like weighing 197, 195.
yeah.
I was tucking in everything in my pants.
You was-
Everything was getting tucked. T-shirts, tank tops. I
what?
was tucking everything in my pants. Cause you think about it, I've been a fat ass all my life.
No, not no.
So
You
now I'm
just
wearing large and
what
34 waist jeans and
what were
bruh.
you how much weight did you lose?
With Dr. Dre, it was over 100 pounds.
So
But
you and Dr.
altogether, I've lost um over 250 pounds at my
What?
heaviest. Yeah.
Dang, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
I used to be like almost 500 pounds, bro. Like
Wow.
over 50. Yeah.
So, all right, let's talk about that because the
But
first step of that,
now I'm around 255. You know,
okay.
I've
So the
gained my
first
weight.
the first step of that was you had surgery, right?
Definitely did the surgery.
Okay. What surgery did you have?
I don't know if they do it anymore. It's called a Phobie pouch. Dr. Phobie, the African doctor back in the day.
No, never heard of him.
Yeah, yeah. Dr.
Dr. Fo.
Phobie.
Uh-huh.
Dr. Phobie. So I got a pouch.
Okay.
It's not a aggressive bypass, but it definitely helps. So even today, sometimes if I eat too fast or eat too much, I'll be like, oh, I want to throw up.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what does the pouch do?
Just restrict you from eating a lot of crap.
Oh, it's like
So
like a governor.
It's like a
Like
little
a
pouch.
like a governor on your stomach.
But
That's
there's ways
okay.
to eat around it because you can find stuff that you can eat and not feel crazy. Like I don't like eating French fries that much anymore. Like I'll never eat a whole thing of French fries. I used to tear French fries up, but I will tear a sleeve of Ritz crackers up because it's hard and crunchy.
Got it.
Like
Okay.
you won't see me eating a lot of too much sweets because it make me feel kind of weird, and you won't see me eating and drinking at the same time.
Wow.
So yeah.
Interesting. Didn't know that. Okay. And then you got with Dr. Dre. You guys are working together closely. You've
Yeah,
known
because I
Dre
gained
for a
some
long
weight back
time.
from the surgery. I did gain some weight from the surgery, so
Okay.
that's what really put the battery in my back to do something every morning workout.
Got it.
Something, be it
Okay.
walking, running, cardio.
Yeah.
So that's why you hear me every morning. I get up early to walk, or
So
I walk, bike ride.
I thought you were just like motivated. I'm like, this dude. I mean, it's like clockwork. Every day you get up and go walk.
I go
I'm like,
walking because I talk to older people. When I say older people, like people in their 70s and 80s, and they're like, and I see them out walking. They're like, yeah, once you get to a certain age, if you don't use it, you lose it.
that's what my dad
Right.
said. Yeah.
So I stay active on purpose. Like I know that eating is the main thing about staying
I
healthy, right?
know.
And that's where I have my biggest struggles with. But I do make sure I'm disciplined and get up and do something.
Yo, food is my biggest addiction. Shout out
Yeah.
to my home. Oh, you haven't met them yet. But my homegirls run this Instagram page called Food Chasers, right?
You told me about
And
them back in the day.
dog, we went to high school together. Like you
Mhm.
go over their house, it's just nothing but food. They just are food fanatics. So yesterday, I was supposed to go to the grocery store, right?
Mhm.
Try to be responsible. And then my man Lamont called me like, yo, what you doing? I said, man, I'm gonna go to the grocery store. He said, man, I'm hungry. Or we just started talking about, man, nice to get a good meal or whatever. He said,
Right.
man, food, he ain't say food chasers, but I'm saying it. He said food chasers was telling me about this little sandwich, this place where they had some really good food. So I look it up on Instagram. It's called Huda, Houda. I don't know if you hear my kids in the background. They
Right.
crazy.
That's all good.
Houda. And I look at the page. I'm like, oh my gosh, this chicken sandwich was crazy. So I meet him. We drive downtown. I didn't go to the grocery store. Go downtown and eat this chicken sandwich. Was like,
Was it fire?
it's bigger than my head. Yeah, it burned my top of my roof.
Okay.
They fry it and it's just like they give you so
You
much
didn't
more
you
chicken.
didn't let it cool off for it, so you just went straight
Nah,
to the
I
aluminum
was
foil.
hungry. Yeah, it was pretty tasty. But yeah,
Okay.
I have a
Would you
food
go back
addiction.
again?
I would, but I gotta relax. I have to relax, dog. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, man, no, that's dope. So I'm want to get these abs, but if I keep eating like, you know, just crazy, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but you're eating pretty clean in LA though. I was seeing you. You know,
I drink a lot of
you.
I
But
drink
the
a
liquor,
lot.
yeah,
I
yeah.
drink a lot of wine. It was just disgusting. I gotta learn how to. I gotta get my portion control.
So what bothered me yesterday about this bike ride?
Yeah.
I almost did 40 miles yesterday, right?
Damn. Okay, Fuzz.
And but we stop. I hate stopping to eat. Like when we stepped and had like a real homie's lunch.
Yeah.
Went to an Irish pub spot in Manhattan Beach, and I'm like, oh, let me try the fish and chips.
Yeah.
Bro, I want to take a nap, and I had to ride back home, which was like another 18 miles back to the house.
Nah, you gotta do like you gotta
And it
hit a
was
little.
super windy. I should have hit him with some egg whites and some like a smoothie or something, right? Which I usually
Yeah.
would do. I just sat down and ate a meal. Oh man, I was dreading the ride back. And it was so windy, and I was just irritated, and
Yeah.
no music was inspiring enough. I'm just like, ugh.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah. So it was I should have just fueled up before I left the house, and it was just should have
Yeah.
chose wisely.
What I'm learning is you gotta be super intentional with everything. And I'm just sometimes I get tired of being intentional. Like
Or
when I
plan
was in LA,
ahead and all that, right?
yeah, but just
Yeah.
with everything though, like, oh, let's go over here. Like, remember when we went out that the next morning when I had a hangover, remember I didn't want that wine. I was like, nah, I'm cool. And then he put it on the table. And then y'all was like,
you're the only one drinking it.
yeah, y'all was like, he put it on the table though. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, all
What was
right.
it? What's your wine again? Camus?
Camus, man. That's when you see the Camus is out, it's gonna be a really
Do you
good
have any
night.
Camus at your house?
Not right now. We have some other wine upstairs. And
So only special occasions if you would open that at the house.
I mean, yeah, not really, but just like maybe once a month. It's like, all right, I'll spend. But this, I'm gonna tell you my problem, Fuzz. I can do oatmeal in the morning, then I could do a salad or chicken salad for lunch. Then I can do, salmon and broccoli for dinner.
And you're good.
I'm good, but then,
dessert.
Then it's 9:30, and then the Ritz cracker say, "Hey, eat me."
Yeah, man. See,
eat me.
That's what I be having an argument with Ricky, man. I'd be like, I had to tell her today. I said, you need an exorcist. I said, the devil's in you. She said, why? She ordered groceries, bro.
Yeah.
I saw a famous Amos box in there.
Problem.
Vanilla wafers.
Problem.
There's a pot pie that Marie Calendar just make now with no meat. So I mean, I'm cool with that.
Come on.
There was some Red Lobster cheddar biscuit mix in there.
Come on, man.
I'm just dropping down. The Ritz crackers.
The battle is won at the grocery store, dog.
Yeah, man.
That's where the battle is won.
And I know she's trying to, I like snacks, but I'm like, I don't need if it's not in the house, I can't get it,
bro.
That's how I look at it. It's crack. When I was really trying to lose weight, and I was trying to tell people like, listen, if you know I was addicted to crack, why would you offer me crack?
Thank you.
That's crack to me.
Thank you, dog. So, just weaving in this other story, Fuzz. So yesterday, I go get the chicken sandwich. I go to Costco.
Yeah,
this is my first time as a grown man going to Costco by myself.
I love going to Costco by myself,
bro. I'm never going back. It's too overwhelming. Like, Fuzz, who needs that much stuff? Like, I have a family. I do, but bro, it was too much. Like,
I have my go-tos.
Fuzz,
toiletries and like soap or toothpaste.
Dude, everything is $30, $40. Like, dude, who needs this big bag of Doritos? Like, dude, I had a bag. You would thought I was a drug dealer this morning. I was I bagged the Dorito, the big bag of Doritos. I bagged the Doritos for my kids' snack. So nobody else would eat. We wouldn't eat through their snacks. Like, this is for y'all snacks.
So you already pre-bagged them. You know what I'm saying?
I did two for Monday, 2 for Tuesday, 2 for Wednesday. Like, yeah. I had my little 10 bags, and I was, I was in there.
So were you bagging them? Were you hitting them too? Okay.
Don't get high off y'all. Don't get high off supply. Yes, I was doing it. I was Franklin Saint in the kitchen with the Doritos bags, man.
All right, so you knocked out the Doritos. What else?
Dude, we got a big bag of chips, Cape Cod chips. Then I got the salmon. Then we needed paper towels. Who needs that many paper towels? I don't need paper towels till May.
You always need paper towels. You always need paper towels. Always need toilet tissue.
Bruh.
Always need cleaning supplies.
Yes.
Toothpaste. Soap, that's what I go for.
Diapers. Salmon.
Water. Did you buy any water from there? Smart water?
No, it was too, because I didn't know where things were. I had to FaceTime my wife. Like, I got a panic attack in there. It was too much. Like, I didn't know where things were. It was just too much for me. And I told my wife, I said, yo, I can't do this. And she said to me, this is like when I get anxiety when I have to do list. Like I'm
Ooh,
a list person. Like, all right, I'm gonna do A,
I
B,
go.
C.
Listen, Costco is my duty. I love going to Costco by myself. I can
Fuzz.
talk on the phone,
It was
not
too
being
much.
interrupted.
I was
I
about
I,
to quit. I almost
I
quit.
love shopping at Costco.
The produce, it was freezing in there. I'm like,
Yeah,
dog, and I'm
yeah.
trying to get the butter lettuce instead of the regular lettuce. So
Hmm.
here's the deal. This was the most disrespectful part of
What did you buy that you didn't want to buy?
dog. It was a blur. I just got what she told me to get. Like I got
So you
two
didn't get anything extra. That's what Costco usually is good at. You'd be like,
dude.
"Oh, I
I
didn't know
went
Press Juice We made a jug of this," and like you
I
know,
was
you
trying to
buy.
get the hell out of there. I went
Wow.
down the snack aisle. Now I picked up like these box of Skittles, and I was like, "No, what are you doing?
Do you
What are
like
you doing?"
Skittles?
Love, loves. I'm like Marshawn Lynch. I love Skittles. I can
Really?
love, love. I
More
can
than
eat Skittles,
more than peanut M&Ms?
bruh, hands down. Listen, my kids
Skittles?
Halloween, dude. My kids Halloween. You know, when you could go out for Halloween, I would take their the Reese cups and Skittles. That's all I need.
Reese cups too?
And Skittles, yes, dog.
It's weird. I'm not
Craziness.
a real candy person. Like,
Real, oh my goodness. It's a
yeah.
problem. But no, let me tell you the most disrespectful thing that happened when I was at Costco.
Hmm.
So I have a lot of stuff. I know this stuff was over $300, right? So they have a
All
self,
individual, bunch of individual stuff.
yeah. It's I got dish detergent, everything, right? Laundry detergent. So they have different lines, and then they have a self checkout line. So I was like, yo, I asked the lady, I said that worked there,
Self checkout?
I said, can I go on this line? And she said, yeah, if you're not Instacart. I said, excuse me? What's Instacart? No, this is my stuff. Like, what are you talking about? Like, because I got a black hoodie on and I got sweatpants. Do you think I'm like
Hmm.
you do you think this is not my stuff? Like it was like a racial microaggression. Like, what are you talking about? So I'm on the phone with my wife. Like, she asked if I was Instacart. Like, nah, this is my stuff. Like, I got a lot of kids.
Right.
Don't. If I was another nationality, would you say no if you're not
Yeah.
Instacart? You feel me?
Right. 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 Right.
I would no. I took that
So you
way.
felt offended. You're offended.
Oh, I was very offended, and she knew I was offended. And she knew she was slick coming out of her mouth because then she came back over and was like, "Hey, the big stuff." We check out. Well, I can do that for you. I was like, all right, cool. I just didn't like that she thought I was Instacart. No disrespect to anybody that does Instacart or
Right. Right. Yeah.
delivery is all love. But like, if I'm asking you to do self checkout, what does that have to do with me being Instacart?
Mm.
All right, so I
Mm.
checked the stuff out. Then the lady, just one of her coworkers comes over. It's like, hey, are you the guy with? Are you on TV? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on. Yes, cool. Boom. Let me just get out of there.
Right.
That happened to me while I was in LA, Fuzz. I was at I went to Sugarfish on my last day. It's a
Love
sushi
Sugarfish.
spot.
Very fly, high end sushi spot.
You have to order online. I come, they's like, are you DoorDash or whatever? I'm like, no, dog, give me my food, bro. Why you asking? Do
Yeah.
you ask white people? Are they
They probably ask
delivery?
everybody that. You
No,
don't
they
think they ask
don't.
everybody that?
No.
No.
No. Because
No.
yeah, man. I did not like that. I didn't.
That's
I
funny. So speaking of that story, I had
yeah.
a conversation with a young lady that's in the industry. I don't want to put her name out there,
Okay.
but she pulled up on her bike at the beach, at this beach party I went to, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about bikes, and she like, I had to get another one because mine was stolen from my garage at
Ooh,
the. She stays in Santa Monica,
that's
so
a
she was like,
nice
right,
place.
you already feel me where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah.
So she was like, did she like run back the tapes like? Who took my bike out of the garage? Because this is it's two gates you have to get past, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And she said that they saw a white person go in the garage and grab her bike. And she's like, y'all not stopping this? Like,
Ooh.
she said, well, to be honest, this is not the manager said this, but like one of the employees that worked there, she was like, well, yeah, it was like somebody white that looked like they belong in the building.
Wow. See that? See
Right?
that? See that?
So they don't like they're like, if you want to steal something, they usually send somebody white in to take stuff because it. But if they were black, they would have been on them like white on
Hell
rice.
yeah. See?
You know what I'm
See?
saying?
No, Fuzz, man. We got so much to talk about, man. But bro, I think our guest just hopped in. I don't know if this happens to her a lot. I mean, this lady, man, I've known her. I don't even know. She's one of these people. I don't even know when I met her.
But it's family.
It's family. She's been so familiar. Like my wife loves her. We went to a play, and we sat next to we sat. I'm not gonna say her name. We sat next to her at the play, And my wife was like, yo, I love her so much. I'm like, she dope, right? She just got dope energy. And I told my wife today, I was like, yo, we're gonna have such and such on the show. She's like, oh man, I can't wait to hear this one. Listen,
Right. All right.
hold on. Yeah, she's applying her lip balm, or yes.
This is gonna be special
I
right
would
here,
like
huh?
this is gonna be special because listen, bro. When I say she don't have no filter, can we give it up
So
for her?
we can talk. We can talk about anything.
We can talk about anything with her, dog.
All
Like,
right, cool.
yes, anything.
Word.
Our friend of the show. Let's give it up for Lil Mo.
What's
Lil Mo.
up?
What's up,
What up?
Lil Mo?
What's
What up, Lil
happening?
Mo?
Lil Mo, first of all, you make me smile every time I see you. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing real good. No complaints.
Great
I'm so
energy.
glad. My kids start hybrid school tomorrow. I can't wait to get them out the house. It's up
Yeah.
and stuck.
What
Yes.
is hybrid school?
It's where, see, they've been virtual. It's been a year due to the
Okay.
pandemic. So hybrid is where they go 2 days per week in actual school, and then the other two Wednesdays they have 2 hours virtual, and then the rest of the week the other 2 days is virtual again. So they're trying to wean them off of being homeschooled
Yeah.
back into the building because the numbers have been fairly low out in Maryland, but they're testing it because if they go back up after spring break, I think they're going to put them back virtual.
Wow. Okay. So Mo,
I got it.
how many kids do you have? I know you
All
have a tribe.
Five. An 18-year-old. My other daughter just turned 16. I have a 12-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 5-year-old.
Are you done? Are you done?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes. Now I have a puppy. My sister gave me an emotional support animal, a Yorkie. If I would have had an emotional support animal, I would say years ago, I probably wouldn't have had this many kids. I love my children, and I'm glad that I've been blessed to have them. But trust me, it's not easy, especially with this pandemic. I was like, hey, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of kids, dog. That's like, and
You're
you
busy.
hold,
Brady Bunch.
yeah, that's
And I
that's
can
like,
tell you're hands on.
Yeah, very.
All right.
And with the pandemic and everything being shut down, like tours and stuff, I had no choice but to be hands-on. But I'm a real mom. There's a lot of people who really can't deal with their kids. And I'm just like, nah, I'm built for this. But at the same time, I've been touring since I was 15.
wow.
And started touring like nationally when I was 17. So for like 20 something years, I've been on a go. So I would have my kids and I would take them on the road with me. And then it got to a point where, I have a very strong support system. My parents, my sister, I only leave them with family. I tried to do anything, but that don't work out for me because I don't trust anybody with my kids. So with that, it was just like, just being hands-on this whole year. There's a lot of people who don't know themselves, and then there's a lot of people who don't know their children. So I'm glad that I had to honestly be a mom.
Yeah.
Got it.
No,
Do you have an issue, or do you have any girlfriends that are not hands on with their kids and still complain about being a parent?
Well, not
like part timing. They're part timing it. Like they're with the grandparents or they're with the father.
A lot of people, believe it or not, are really hands on with their kids, especially now. Like with all that's going on. But there are a lot of people because you can't just drop your kids off at your grandparents no more because there's nowhere to go. Outside was closed. So if you did that, then you just lazy. But with me, like, nah, I like to know because it's 3 boys and 2 girls. I like to know, each of them have a piece of my personality. And I can admit they was getting on my nerves. I was like, hey, yo.
Who was working your nerves the most?
The most.
My middle child, Jonah. He really has middle child syndrome.
Oh man, listen, dog.
But you know what's crazy? He reminds me of myself the most. And I think that's what irks me. I was just like, you don't have to be like that. But then instead of being because when we first started out in the pandemic, I had me and my sons in therapy and they were doing everything virtual and online. So we would log on. And when you have to talk to a therapist and tell them what's going on, just getting to the bottom of like, well, why is he so like always want to fight his brothers? And that middle child syndrome is real.
Yeah, no,
you always feel that you have to compete. You'll be cool with your friends, but you fight your brothers. You gotta flip that. It's the other way around. And so then we got to the bottom of what it was. He just felt that he wasn't getting enough attention. And honestly, when I would listen to her speak, I applied it to myself because even though she spoke to my children, I applied it to myself. I always felt that I never wanted attention, but I felt that I didn't get enough, and I didn't want it to be to the point where people say like attention is a hell of a drug. So when ain't nobody looking, that's when you try to show out. But then when you fall back and somebody tell you like, work on yourself, and I worked on me, honestly, for the past 2 years, it's just like I figured out where I went wrong, picked up the pieces with me and my children. And now we moving forward because now that I'm not with none of their dads, I'm not married no more. So I'm really a single mom of 5. It's real out here.
How many dads? Yeah, how many dads?
How many ex-husbands?
Yeah.
3.
You got every
I had 2 at the first, 2 at the second, and 1 with the third. But I canceled that all out, and I realized the lowest common denominator. So I'm their dad and their mom.
Hold on.
You ain't shit. You just said lowest denominator.
Hold up. I know my people where she went there. You hold on, because this is the problem. This is the problem. Sometimes moms be like, "I'm your daddy too." You can't be. Listen, they got a dad.
Wait. I get my mom a happy Mother's Day. Happy Father's Day card every year.
Really?
I don't want a Father's Day card.
No, I have to.
Well, I'm not their father, but to me, there's a difference between a father and a dad. I have my dad and my father. My parents just celebrated 46 years of marriage. Wow. I ain't never made it past 6. You feel me? So I realized that was the problem. I was a whore for marriage. I felt like I always had to be married, have kids, because that's how I grew up in church, and I always thought that was order. But then I realized I was attracting and attaching myself to the wrong things. So if I had a chance to reboot, I would want my same kids, but I would want them probably with one person, and I would want it to be right. But since that didn't work out that way, and before I was born, God had it written this way, I realized
but Mo just said something that was key though.
What's that?
So you was raised in church.
Yes, apostolic holiness.
So that's what I was about to say. I grew up in an apostolic church. So
hello.
A lot of them they was getting married early. I got married at 22, bro.
Wow.
I should have been out here throwing a dick a party, bro. Keep it 100.
I wasn't living my life.
So what's so is that a strict kind of
it's the strictest of all Christianity.
They don't wear no makeup, no pants.
Tarian. We was I'm always on comment sections now, like with like good and Clubhouse with good commentary and good things that's going on. And I saw someone say, why are y'all drugging y'all kids, giving them melatonin? What happened to giving them baths and reading story and spending time? I was like, shoot, when we was growing up, they gave us Benadryl, made us tarry, and made us listen to the story about the story of Elisha, the prophet, who went out into the woods, and the kids said to him, go up thou bald head, thou bald head, and 2 she-bear came out the woods and tore 40 and 2 of them up. So growing up, I always thought I was going to hell, and I thought 2 bears was going to tear my ass out.
Are your parents still in that kind of church?
Holiness, but they love Lil Mo, and they love everything. Hello.
So Mo, when you started singing secular music, it was an issue then.
Not with our parents, but with our organization.
100%. I already knew.
They had a prayer circle around me where they called me, I forgot the name. They was like, you, the young lady with the sundress and the tattoos, come up here. They formed a prayer circle around me, and they call themselves casting out, I guess, a secular demon. And if you don't change your life in what he said, if you don't do a 360 in 6 months, you'll be dead. This is 20 years later, and that man died a year later.
That's crazy.
So you was like,
they had his hand on me.
So did you have to fake it like the I'm delivered dude? Like,
no,
I'm delivered.
They had their arms around, and I walked under the prayer thing, and I walked out. And
you being defiant now.
My dad was like, don't ever let no one put a time limit on what God has for you. And after that, it was just up.
Wow,
yeah, that's dope. Your parents is cool as hell.
Though.
Yeah, very hell yeah. I listen to a lot of gospel music to this day, right? But I do not go to church because I was in church so much. Mom was a Pentecostal, apostolic, whatever. Then Granny was Kojic. I was in church 3 times a week, maybe
that's
4.
Crazy. I don't know what you're talking about.
But I'm like,
you wasn't in there for no hours. Sunday you go at 10
all day.
You come out at 4, and then you pray and tarry. Then you have Bible study. Then you have choir rehearsal. My aunt was over the choir. She was a choir director, and I started touring with my uncle, who's actually John P. Key, at the age of 15. That's where I learned how to balance out, and I realized, you don't have to be deep, say, spooky, holy, and heavily bound, no earthly good. Live your life, because at the end of the day, God has the final say.
Yeah. Wow, Mo. So I want to go back to one thing that you said.
Right.
One thing that you said was you you and your kids did went to therapy, and that's really important because a lot of black you don't hear black parents, you don't hear any of us being this young say, hey, I'm going to therapy, right? So it's kind of like a new thing. Like, what took you to that? Like, what made you say, hey, I'm gonna take my kids, I'm gonna take myself to therapy?
Honestly, in what's this 2021 in 2019, when I kicked I would say my drug addiction, Percocets, Adderall, anything I could get my hands on in regards to opioids. I was just like, I didn't like how I was acting, who I was, the withdrawal, everything. So I know I needed therapy for myself. So once I got myself together and was able to cope, because I no longer had to use a substance to cope, I realized, okay, how I'm gonna deal with my kids, because when I would get aggravated before, I would just pop a perk and let it flow through my body. And I was just like, I don't have to deal with anything. Then when my anxiety would act up, I would take an Adderall. But then I realized, like, you know what? One of my people, they pulled me to the side. He's actually my manager. He lives in Philly. His name is Wu. He was just like, look at all your old pictures of yourself, and you thought that was lit. And he was just like, one thing you could never get back is your relationship. Like, once you lose certain relationships, chalk it. But when you have a family, that relationship is more like, that's what you need more. There are people who don't have family. And I have parents, I have siblings. We're all still alive and we're all still together. So don't ever sacrifice that. So I realized, okay, rebuild everything from the ground up. Whatever you instilled in your children, live by it. Don't have them living by a set of rules, but you out here looking crazy. And then you never know what their friends, these kids are not dumb. They're logging on, they're Googling, and they'll ask your kids, your mama was da-da-da-da, your mama, that's why your mama. And then I don't want it to be up for anybody talking crazy or treating my kids crazy because of my bad habits. So I had to let all that go.
How long were you I guess addicted to pills and Adderall, and all of that stuff? How long was that?
My whole career, but it got like, when I first got into the R&B hip hop industry, the first thing you get handed is drugs, because it helps you not deal with the reality or deal with the people. So first I wasn't doing opioids. I was smoking weed heavy. It was like, how do you smoke and you can still sing? I'm just like, shoot, some of the biggest gospel songs I've sang on, I smoke weed and a cigarette.
Wow.
But then I realized, okay, you're destroying your instrument. You're destroying your temple. You're ruining your body. It's breaking you down. Yeah. But like, far as opioids, what is this, 2021? I would say around 2014. First it was because I always was prescribed certain, like hydrocodone and Percocet, because all of my children were born via cesarean section. So they would give it to me. And I'm like, why am I taking these? And I have a high tolerance for pain. I got 40 something tattoos. Like, that's the reason why I be trying to hide this. But this way I got hit in my head when I had to get 23 stitches. It was like, I've always had access to Percocets through my doctor. But then when it got to the point where they had stopped prescribing them, I was buying them off the street, and it's expensive. And I was just like, yo, like, you can't live like this. I would like take money that I had my kids are very well taken care of, but I was going over budget, my personal budget that I had planned out for myself. When I started dipping into that to satisfy a demon,
it was an issue.
Yeah. Now, that's what I got from church. No, that's a demon, because it makes you so aggressive, and it makes you want to fight, and it makes you say things and do things that you wouldn't normally do. Now, one thing about me is I'm straight at your throat. I'm 4'11". My Napoleon complex is real. So it's up. But I realized, like, you can't be that way because people won't take you serious. And I was getting invited to things that I didn't even want to go to, but I just wanted to turn up. And it just became too much. And I didn't want to keep on leaving my kids with their grandparents. But I felt that I missed so much of my life when I was a teenager in early 20s being married. I felt like, okay, this is the time to reboot and then live how I didn't get to live, because I was growing up thinking I was going to hell. But honestly, I was going through and to more hell living the way it was.
What was rock bottom for you?
Whew, so many. I was in my last marriage was very abusive, but rock bottom, I would say, was after came back from marriage boot camp and my ex spit on me, that's when I was like, nah.
Wow.
How many times you been married?
It was August 26, 2019.
How many times you been married?
2018, actually. 3.
Did you keep all the rings?
No.
Oh, okay. You're a real one.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't want anything. Only thing that we have in common is that we're related to the same children. And even with that.
I get you. But the relationship is good with the kids and, you know.
What? Between
the five, no?
My daughters talk to their dad. I don't even get involved. I'm not one of people like, don't call your dad. Whatever they do, they have their own phones and everything. So if you want to have a relationship, that's on you. But I'm telling you, my family structure is so strong. My dad is so much in their life. I love it. My sister's husband is so much in their life. We have a lot of family. My sister has 4 kids. My mom had 4 kids and I got 5. So we have enough family to go around. Right. So honestly, at first I was just like, well, maybe I'm being mean and not, forcing the issue. But at the end of the day, I was just like, sometimes you could force an issue that God don't even want you to touch. So I let God handle that. I see a lot of people, my baby daddy ain't. I be like, child, I don't know if they alive or dead, and I don't care.
Wow.
All I care about is me and my kids that God blessed me with, because honestly, I wasn't even supposed to be able to have children. So the fact that he blessed me with them, and I thought about it, God said, this is what you asked for, and I gave you everything that you asked for. I never told you to marry them niggas. Now, he ain't say the N-word, but I am.
He speak to you how he speak to you, right? You hear
God,
that?
please, and you better listen. So many times I wasn't listening because I thought I had all the answers. I thought I knew everything, but I didn't.
Wow, we talking to Lil Mo, man. Lil Mo,
real one. I know Lil Mo is just real.
Oh, bro, like I told you, I said, look, watch when Mo get on here.
Now you know.
Mo, so what? You have a strong family structure.
Yeah.
Your mom and dad just celebrated 46 years of marriage. When you were going through, the ups and downs with, your different relationships. I mean, just say your last one. What were your parents saying to you?
Honestly, I didn't involve them in this last one because my dad was like, I'm just, one thing about me, they say every time you break up with somebody, you expect us not to have a relationship with them. And not so much as like not hanging around, but like, not even if cool yeah. And my dad was like, they just didn't want to get involved.
Got it.
He was never like, Dad, can you come? My dad was like, I'm going to let you, since you think you're so grown, you're going to learn the hard way. And one thing about me is I learned the hard way and I take full accountability. I'm not one of people to be like, well, if it wasn't for, no, I allowed it, I accepted it. And so it continued. As soon as I put a stop to it, that's when they were like, we got our baby back.
That's
damn. You got some real parents.
Yep.
They real.
Man. Yeah. No, Mo.
Man. So Mo, everything you've been through has to change your song. What you talk about in song, or do you use you writing songs as an outlet with anything you're going through?
Well, I would say, and this is one thing I noticed, I listened to all my old songs, and the songs that became singles like Forever, Superwoman, Put It On Me, Hot Boys, Can't Let You Go. All of my songs were always uplifting, empowering, and always about love. You feel me? No matter if you was the side chick or if you was the main chick. So Forever was about being married, but Can't Let You Go is about being the slide. So with my songs is I was just singing, using my voice as just to get me out there. But I realized, I was like, damn, none of my songs is really about me. I was empowering everybody else, but I was letting myself down.
Right.
So then I haven't done an album in years, probably like since 2000, what? Sheesh. 13,
what?
10. So that's why with the album that I'm about to put out now, entitled Savage Heart, I just put out a single called Broken Heart. And I realized, okay, now it's time to tell the truth. I never want to be a person to sing about pain because my birth name is Cynthia Loving. So I always wanted to be about love. But it's like, now it's time to tell the truth. This is a generation where you got to get in and run, because they're not as forgiving as we were years ago, where you could put out a song, you could put out 5 songs and then one of them stick. Now you got to put out a song and it got to hit them, or else they be like,
keep going.
You should have stayed. Yeah, you should have stayed where you were. So my new single, Broken Heart, is just like, I literally saw so many situations from Vanessa Bryant losing Kobe, Black Mamba, like damn, like whoa, from Lauren London losing Nipsey, from me losing all of my relationships. So much loss was going on. It's just like I had to step back and be like, God, like, is this my karma? Because, or is this their karma? Like, what I do? Like, what's going on here?
I love that Baltimore. What you say? What I do?
What I do?
I feel like I'm listening to The Wire. Oh, I love this. I love it.
It got to the point I really asked God, like, this ain't adding up. All of this that I've given is so much of myself, and it's just like, what's really going on? How come I can't find the love I've sang about, I've showcased, I grew up around? Why is it not balancing out?
No, keep talking. Come on, talk. We playing.
It do something to me. Like my son is singing on the backgrounds. The manager who wrote it, like we came from the heart with this one. My emotional support animal was sitting on my lap when I sang the verses, and it's just like, you just gotta know.
Where do you go to fix a broken heart? Who could put you together when you're torn apart?
Yeah, pieces out this moment.
Playing a hand, I was down, can't switch my cards. When it ends, it's over, push restart. Where do you go to fix a broken heart? Look at me, I got shattered dreams. Trying to pick up the pieces that belong to me. So where do you go to fix a broken heart? When my heart got broke, I ain't know how to act. Had questions for God, how could you do me like that? What did I do wrong? Is karma paying me back? Did I deserve a broken heart? Are you sure about that? This pain is
okay, Lil Mo. Is that all? It's out everywhere, right? They can get it.
Yes, on all streaming platforms. You ain't even got. Remember where the CD at? Where I gotta get the tape at? Those days are over. All you gotta do is get on your phone and click on Lil Mo Broken Heart 2021.
Yeah.
And when is this available?
It's been available. I actually dropped it on my daughter's sweet 16th birthday on February 24th, but it took time for it to load up. But now it's available everywhere.
Done. That's what I want to know. That perfect.
Everywhere.
When are we gonna get a full album?
Hopefully soon, because I'm gonna release some more singles. I'm gonna build it up, and then then release it. You don't have to put out a song and throw out the album, then try to be like, I'm gonna let it build. And one thing I like about this independent grind is I've made so many connections and contacts over the years. I'm doing this all, like me and my team, all ourselves. Because I was calling around and asking a couple of my friends, like, yo, who the hottest promo in radio and stuff like that right now? Like, yo, Mo, you done built up a black book that I'm sure people would pay. Reach out to your friends, reach out to everybody. What I do, yo, King, yo, King. He was like, gotcha. So it's like I'm reaching out to everybody that I've known for the past 20 years that I've been Lil Mo, and just making it do what it do, because it doesn't make any sense for me to acquire all of these contacts, friendships, relationships, and not be able to reach out, have somebody call them for me. Like, I ain't never had nobody speak for me. Hello?
Yeah.
Now, Mo, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, one thing you need to do, because your personality is so big. I'll never forget, before I met you, our good friend, and she was a boss of yours and boss of mine at one point, Thea Mitchum, she told me about you. And she was like, yo, Mo, she just got this energy and she's just relatable and just like, I'm telling you, right? And this is even before I met you. I didn't know, I just knew you as the artist. And then when I met you and talked to you, I'm like, yo, every time we talk, it's like this. It's like people are captivated by you, right?
Energy.
Please, and I will usually say this off the air, but please just turn your camera on and talk to your fans on social media, please, because people are going to be drawn in by your personality. I'm just being real with you.
That's real. That's like, honest opinion.
Thank you.
That's your number one. Like, your music is dope, but your personality is going to draw everyone in, Mo. Like,
very infectious. What sign are you?
Scorpio.
See, I knew she gonna say Scorpio. I knew she gonna say Scorpio.
Don't do it, Mo.
Who else is Scorpio?
Fuzz is a Scorpio.
Your birthday.
November 10th.
I'm November 19th.
Listen, that's my mom's birthday. Listen.
That's
listen.
lit.
I felt Scorpio vibes, Pentecostal Scorpio vibes.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yo, that's why I asked. I felt it, dog.
Mo, all right, Mo.
I didn't even Google it. I didn't do that.
Mo,
I didn't Google her.
Mo,
I just picked up on the Scorpio vibe.
Can you agree with me?
She a freak. She's God-fearing. She listened to Commission. And she'll probably have sex afterwards. I know her.
Hello?
I know her.
But Scorpios are crazy, right?
Not crazy. We're passionate.
We're misunderstood.
We're passionate.
Passionate
And maybe a little crazy. Maybe just a little bit off. If everybody's 12 o'clock, y'all like 11:57. You know what I'm saying? Just a little.
No,
you know what I mean?
Scorpios, we lit. One thing I always feel like Scorpios, we're misunderstood for our passion, but I think we think for a lot of people because we be like, I wouldn't have did it that way. We're perfectionists, and it's just something about us. Like I just always feel like everybody wants to be us. Like Gemini wants to be us, but there's two of them. Pisces want to be us. They want to have their attitude problems. They try to be Scorpios. We don't have attitude problems. Only thing I think our con or our downfall is that we get over stuff so quick. People be like, "Was you even?" I be like, "Nah, I will."
I'm good. I'm out. But I'm moving on to something else. That's why we be in so many back-to-back relationships, though.
Yeah, but really be in love. But we'll cut that. We'll cut.
Yeah, I'm out. Don't cross us. We're out of here.
So you lost us.
Yeah.
See.
Okay.
My God.
Loyalty is our fault, man. We're loyal people.
Yeah.
But once you cross us, F you. Fuck you.
All right. Well, okay. We got the Scorpio connection, the church connection.
I love it.
You see? I oh my goodness. Mo. Okay, so is love over for you? Would you ever get married again? Would you ever do it again?
I wouldn't.
Do you trust yourself?
I trust myself in everything I do because I always go into every door I walk through is always a good intention. But even when I go in place, I'll be like, oh, I'm flipping all this shit over. Like, even with that, it was always a good intention. Right. So with that, I'm not saying I'm giving up on love because I believe God is love and I'm not giving up on God. But this time I'll wait for it and I'll make sure that I'm sure I won't just do it because I have to hurry up because I have to get on the road. Like, I really never had time to think or really process everything. It was always, all right, let's make it happen. Boom, it's up. I don't live that. I don't live that spontaneous anymore. But now it's like, really, I love myself. Something I haven't done in a long time. I've taken care of myself. I've done so many things for myself, but I realized I wasn't loving myself enough. I was trusting people more than I was loving myself. I was loving people and things more than I was loving myself. So now that I've gotten in tune with, okay, this is how you go up, it's almost like nobody can't get over on me no more and play like, oh my God, I've always wanted a family. And I grew up with a single mom and I never knew what love was. So thank you for, showing that side of me. It's just like, I'm not with that no more. Like, my BSometer it don't even do like this no more. It's just I'm cool. And I'm not bringing nobody around my children. That's one thing I didn't do anyway. It's like, people be having people around their kids. And that's one thing I never played. So a lot of situations open my eyes to like, nah, get yourself together and the right things, whatever, like the power and the laws of attraction is real. I realized I was attracting janky stuff because even though on the outside it looked lit and beat and snatched and hair laid, I don't know what was going on inside of me, but it was attracting the wrong things. So I literally detox, cleansed, went through therapy and, purged for real.
Mo, you please come out with a book. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, we doing everything. Book.
All right,
I'm doing a podcast too, but it's just like because a lot of people are doing them. I don't want to get lost in the sauce with the popularity podcast.
I'm gonna tell you like this: you'll never get lost in the sauce. You have fans that been with you for so many years. I know you and Skeet Carter had a podcast at one time. Yeah. Like, come on, you know what I mean?
So I know you to New York weekly. It became a lot.
Yeah,
but I'm glad I had that opportunity. Now I know how to make it do what it did.
Yeah,
you feel me? So I just like the fact, what I love now, the way everything is going is you could say what you want, and people are so sensitive, but when they know you're coming from the heart and you real, they know that you ain't just trying to cap, clout chase, or, oh, you just trying to say that because that's popular. One thing about me is, I'm out here in these streets. A lot of people don't really be out here seeing what's going on, you know, even though outside not open, I was really outside. So let me tell you, like, testimony wise, like, I really had to thank God for being alive. I was taking my freedom and my being alive, I was putting it in jeopardy. Like, when I look at the places I was in North Philly, living behind a gated community, but then once you step out of that protection, the parts of North Philly, when I was on Allegheny, Erie Ave, Broad Ave, North Philly, all the places where everybody's getting.
Oh, you was in the trenches. I would see you. I'd be like,
people are like, one out here, but I just felt like, oh, I think this makes me normal and this keeps me grounded because I've been to the highest up and I've seen the bottom, and so I had to go to the bottom and like, I can't get comfortable here. Yeah, I'm not comfortable here, so I had to pull it all back in, right? Realize I went wrong and move forward. A lot of people stay in that solemn state where they just want to be pity. I never wanted pity. That's one thing. Pity party. Like, please don't feel sorry for me. I'm good. If I lose everything today, the story of Job, I'm gonna get that jump back double. Period.
I believe you. You'll go get it.
Listen. Lil Mo, she got a new single. She's amazing. I mean, y'all. I think y'all know that. New single, "Broken Heart." Yeah. They can follow you on Instagram at Lil Mo.
Show everything. I'm on Clubhouse.
Okay.
Instagram, Twitter. My kid's trying to get me on TikTok, but be laughing at me, talking, "Why you doing the dances wrong?" I was like, I don't have to just be on here doing dances, you know. Everything is at the Lil Mo Show.
The Lil Mo Show. Man, listen, Mo, thank you for stopping by, man.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Fuzzy, you try to act like you ain't remember me.
You know what I'm saying? Hollywood.
I just want to make sure you remember me, but yes, we did meet before.
Yeah, we did meet back in LA. Big Boy.
Big Boy, yeah, Big Boy neighborhood. See? Absolutely. Good memory. Good memory.
See what I'm saying? Mo keep it real.
I don't forget a lot of things. That's one thing. No matter what I went through, or I choose to forget what I want to forget. But one thing is, I remember good people, and I remember who I may need in the future. So I always treat people with respect.
We're here for you then.
Listen, Mo, this ain't the last time we're gonna see you on the FAQ podcast. We appreciate you for real.
I know we gotta bring it back. We're gonna bring you back.
Yes. Look, man. Lil Mo just came through and shut it down. Follow her at the Lil Mo Show. Fuzz, man, this is what we do. FAQ podcast. We're right here. Please, we'll be back on Thursday. Every Monday, every Thursday. FAQ podcast. Frequently asked questions with Fuzzy and Quincy right here. We'll see y'all next time.